start recording. Good morning. Come on in. Early to the party. God, it's brass monkeys today. Hey? Cold down here in the southeast of England, I can tell you. Hey, what about where you are? Come on in. It's nice and warm in here. It's lovely, actually. Yeah, the heating bill's going to be astronomical, but I don't care. It's okay. I'll deal with it when I get it. Come on in. And today's the last day on our wreaths, and it's time to hang them on the door. So, do you know, today actually, you know, I get Freddie's flowers. I ordered a wreath because I thought it's really the only thing that it's going to be safe in this house with our two Vikings, our cats. You rock. So I got a lovely wreath from Freddie's Flowers, and pure coincidence, it arrived this morning. So today's the day we hang our wreath on the front door. There we are. And today's the day that we finish our wreaths in the SHAC. And I woke up this morning with a great idea for Monday, you know, thinking ahead. I really woke up with a grin, and it's going to be cool, really cool Yule, okay? So so I do hope that you enjoy it. I've got the idea now. I've just got to put it in, you know, into reality. But it'd be nice. It'd be fun. Yes, it will. How does it go? Be good, do good, feel good. Yeah, be fun. So that's what we're going to do. Go a bit Nordic. Good, good, good. Come on in. A wet, cold Peterborough. Is it, Sheila? Sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's a wet, cold Crowborough, actually. Comforting you're not alone. Leave your umbrellas by the door and let them drip. And then we'll get started. Yeah, we've got a kind of brisket for a biscuit today. That's what we're going to do. Stuart's in the building with you. So if you have any questions, or if you need anything, or any downloads, or you want direction, ask our friend Stuart. He'll be happy to help you. At 11 o'clock, you know, it's elf clue number 4, quattro. It's an easy one. It's an easy one. So you only have to look at the date to know how far along you are. So if we started on the 1st, today's clue number 4. Okay. And we're going right through to clue number 24. So there you go. That'll keep you busy. We're still looking for number 1, a lot of us, aren't we? Well, I'm not. I've made the clue up, so I know. It's not that hard. You'll get in the swing of it eventually. Come on in. We've got to get started. Got loads to do today. Loads to do today. This is going to be the last day on the wreath. Personally, I could be doodling wreaths right through to Christmas. I'm in love with them. And I've got so many ideas, you know. But it's okay. We got to kind of, well, we haven't got to. We could come back to the wreaths. But let's move on next week to be good, do good, and feel good. And then maybe we'll, if we've got time, we'll come and do another wreath. A twiggy one with gingerbread men or something like that. That's what I was thinking. But there you go. Are you ready to rock and roll? What's the time? It's time to welcome you to the SHAC. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. Sounds good? Glad to hear it. And what else? I think that's about it. Have you got your pencils and your pens? This place, I tell you, it looks like a bomb has hit it. Because I'm getting ready for the TV shows on Sunday. Behind me, it's just stacked up with boxes of different demos. And I kind of drew a blank. I hit a wall last night and I couldn't get my head around. Normally, I get it all sorted before I finish. But last night I just hit a wall and I just gave it up. Gave it up. And so I've walked into chaos. It's all right. What's the worst that can happen? I can trip over it. Right, come on. let's get started. Oh yeah, okay. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Well, I thought we'd do a bit of writing as well, so we'll do that. Now, where are we? Okie dokie. So we transferred, right, for those of you who are just surfing the net and wondering what is that mad English bird on, we used this download, didn't we, to make twiggy frames. And then once we had our twigs down like that, then we were able to add holly leaves, and we did a really nice laurel one, didn't we? That was nice. And then we transferred that onto, where is that? Oh, I can't believe it's just sitting on the side like that. Then we transferred that onto our craft card, didn't we? Didn't that pop with the white pens? Yeah, so that was quite a good trick. We've done that, we've done that, we've done that. Tick that, tick that, tick that. This is the key, is this thing, isn't it? I did a big one, I like that. And then what we did was, we decided to transfer all that goodness to a watercolour pad. So let's have a look. I need that for Sunday night. That saves a job. Right, this is what we did, see? I started colouring in the big one that I did. I kind of kept it tight, because I'm experimenting. But that's an experiment. And then I got to this one. This is pretty cool. So this is my R&D one. This is where I practice what I'm going to show you. And then we got that one, which is the one we were working on together, right? So that's quite nice. I like. So this is where we're at now. And let's have a look what I've got on my counter. Yeah, everybody okay? Lichfield is very grey. That's okay. We're in the warm, we're in the dry, it's safe. Let's have a look, what do I need here? Half of this stuff I need for the TV show. This little fella, cool, we need him. We're going to grab a couple of these Micron pens. That's going to be where we're brave, right? And then I've just got some colouring pencils actually. So this is where, and an HB pencil. Now, we used the watercolour pencils, didn't we? Do you remember? With our mix mat. Let's have a look. I've already used the mix mat in a project. This thing, got a spare one. Happy days. Right, so we used this to do the wash, didn't we? Let's call it a wash. And we used our, it's all here. It's all here. It's just not where I expect to find it. We used our brushes. Do you remember our water brushes? Yeah, so they're in there, safe for Sunday night. This is madness. Because I just dumped it. Look, I've just dumped everything. I'm going to have a sort out. I'll have a sort out later. Not that important. Right. So, this is where we're at. So I need my good glasses. My good glasses. I can actually see something. And then let's have a look at this one. Looks a bit grubby, right? But I decided to grasp the nettle and give it a go. And then I thought, what's the worst going to be? So you say goodbye to your artwork. This is, when you want to try something new, yeah, you just have to detach from your artwork and say, right, in the name of learning and education, I'm going to let go of it. And if I wreck it, I learned something. So it's a win-win. If what I think might work works, happy days. If it doesn't work, happy days, because I learned something. See, and that's how, one job at a time, one thing at a time, you improve your game. So what I wanted to experiment with, because it was a little bit, hang on, let me come out. I can come in a bit and you'll see what I've done. See, so I coloured it in the way I feel that we should be doing this. This is what we're going to do in a minute. We'll go to, see, and then you look at that and you think, oh, it's nice and soft. You know, we can add a little bit of detail on the pens with a pencil like that, right? We're going to do all that, right? So we'll do all that over the top of the watercolour, still nice and soft, very gentle. And all the time I was thinking, but what would it look like if I put a really kind of grungy arty line art, like not perfect, but scribbled line art. I thought, what would it look like? And I've had a right kind of, you know exactly what I mean. You think, shall I, shan't I, will I wreck it? Is it after all this work, am I going to end up in? So what you have to do, you either you do one on the side, like I did, right? So that I can practice on. I said goodbye to this one. And I thought, right, this is my experimental one. I do that all the time. If I'm doing prep for the TV, it very seldom works first time, right? So I put the one that didn't work so well to the side, and then that's where I do my experiments. So you can be braver on things that you're not attached to, that you're not feeling the love with, can't you? You see? So what we're going to do is take our 01, for example, let me just check it, on a bit of watercolour, yeah, and we're going to scribble. So this is a bit of a, for people like me, that's quite a biggie. See, so we'll have a go at that as well. Do you get what I mean? I know exactly, you know exactly what I mean, because it's like, what? You want to just scribble all over your lovely artwork? Well, we'll do that, or we won't do it. It's up to you, whether you can detach or practice or watch or think about it or have a little scribble in the corner, or maybe you've got one that didn't go so well, go back to that one and have a go. Do you see what I mean? But in the end, that's the only way that you'll ever learn, is by moving forward, you know, by experimenting, isn't it? Yeah, so I've done my experimenting for you. I actually really like it. Let's see on the third camera. Now look at the difference between that and that. I mean, admittedly, I've put some colour in there, and I haven't added any additional pencil work around here yet. So it's still quite wishy-washy, very aquarelle. But have a look. See? Now, that looks really arty, I think. If you get in too close, you think, oh, it looks a bit scribbly. But I love it. See, so I've grasped the nettle for you. It's up to you. But it doesn't half make it pop. It makes it pop, my friends. So that's what we're going to do. And I thought before we do that, because I know what's going to happen, we're going to get so caught up in this that we won't get to the writing, you know? So I thought before we start on the colouring, I want to show you a little trick with some writing. All right? All right? Okay. So let's have a look. Just get a bit of tracing paper and a pencil. That's all you need. Tracing paper and a pencil. Yeah, that's it. You all right? I'm always a bit on edge when I've got a TV weekend. Just because at the back of my mind, I know what's coming. But it's the last of the year. It's the last of the year. Sunday. It is actually going to be really brilliant because it's a complete SHAC celebration, okay? 2 to 4 SHAC designs. I've been holding the best till the end. And then the ODS even at 6 o'clock in the evening is our favourite one. You know, if we go down to the woods today. Yeah, we've been holding that one back. Groovy and stamps. Beautiful. Really nice. So that's what we're doing on Sunday. So it's a celebration of the SHAC on Sunday on Hochanda, which is going to be brilliant, isn't it? Yeah. But what I thought we'd do is, like, do you remember I said, right, so you've got a bit of tracing paper, get a wreath, pick a wreath, any wreath. I could use that one, or I could use that one, or I just need to have the rough size, don't I? See? Of what I want to actually add the writing in. Yeah, it's too big. Too big. I like that style. It's quite naive, isn't it? Fits quite nicely with watercolour. Doesn't have to be bang in the middle. Could be up the top. Could be down here a little bit. You see? So that looks quite good. That one. We'll learn that one. And then we'll do this one. I really like this. It's so easy. If you've got dodgy writing, or you never like your writing, and you think your writing lets you down, yada yada yada, right? This is a really easy one to do. So I'll show you that one. Right, tracing paper grey. Okay, let me get a fresh bit. on a minute. Got tracing paper. What have we got here? Ah, right, bit of tracing paper. Hang on a minute, that'll do. Right. Oh, do you know, I'm looking forward to having a sort out in here. It's such a mess. Right, so the first one, this is obviously going to be your practice piece, isn't it? So first thing you want to do is probably decide where you want to put it, because that's going to be about the length of what you want. So let's do this. Let's do the. There you go. Just make 2 lines. So you've got a rough idea. Happy Christmas. Yeah, in there. That's what I'm going to do first. So it gives you a rough idea. Okay. And then what we'll do is just use a pencil, and we'll just write. Do it before you do it. Before you do it, pretend you're doing it. Air write. Let's call it air writing, shall we? Right, let's air write. So, and this is the one, do you remember we did it before? Where you don't actually come up for air. Let's call it air writing. Right, you ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2. Oh, that says happies now. That'll do. Happy. That's better. And now we've got Christmas. Okay, so gonna have to come out a little bit. Right, ready? Let's air write again. Make sure it's in the right place. That'll do. Air writing. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy Christmas. There you go. And then once you're happy with your happy Christmas, then you can go in and kind of tidy it up, edit it. I like the looping. I like the overlap. I ain't got a problem with that at all. Right, there we go. Happy. I mean, if you really don't like your writing, I've done some stamps of my writing to take the ache out of it. So that's quite nice. Hey? So that would look nice up there. You could put a bit of mistletoe, a little holly sprig, put it bang in the middle, put it down the bottom. That's quite nice. Hey? I like that. Okay. Another one. Let's try capital letters. We haven't done anything with capital letters on yet. Let's do a capital letters one. Right, ready? So this time, this would be nice. See if you want. No, don't do that. This is only your template anyway, isn't it? So let's do again. Happy. We could write anything, but let's just stick with Happy Christmas for the moment, because I do hope we have a happy Christmas. Right, now this time we're going to write happy, start with happy. Okay, see, it's good to have a template like this, because then you can put it where you want it. So we'll start with happy, but we'll do some air writing again. Right, okay, we're gonna leave gaps as well. I know it sounds a bit daft, but you're going to leave gaps. So happy, let's write it down. I know that you think, what? Right, we know how to spell it, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the centre one, right? So if that's the centre one, then on Christmas, I've already done this, on Christmas, the S is in the centre for Christmas. And then you've got 4 that side, and you've got 4 that side. This is so that you can centre it, right? So if that's the S there, then T, M, A, S, I, R, H, C. Okay, so you understand the idea is that when you do uppercase like this with gaps, it's a good idea to have a rough idea, because otherwise it'd be too far up that side, you see? So if you want to centre it, then figure out what's your centre letter and then go from there. So Merry, or I don't know, whatever you want to write, always find out what the middle letter is first. Okay? So we've got Happy Christmas. Nice. Okay, so we've got that. We've got that. And now we're going to write happy here. So we'll start bang in the middle. P, gap, P, gap, Y. Go back the other way. A, H. Right, so that went well. No, pathetic, isn't it? Right, but what I'm saying is that you know it's bang in the middle, right? So now we've got S here, right, and this is where it gets good. So now we're going to put the S there for Christmas. T, M, A, S. Way too big, isn't it? See? So this is where you find out what you've got to do to adjust it. However, at least you didn't do this. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It's lovely. Now we've just got to make it tighter, haven't we? And the way to make it tighter is to make it tighter on the happy. The happy will bring it all in. So you tighten the happy, you tighten the Christmas, if you get what I'm saying. So, and then what we want to do, you see, is put little dots in. Doesn't that look classy? There you go. See? Dish, dish, dish. So if you're making Christmas cards, just as a little aside, right? If you're making Christmas cards, your own this year, let's say, and you want to write your own message because you haven't got a stamp or you're not a stamper, then all you need to do is this. Work out the middle, do 2 little pencil lines, work out your spacing, right? And then that will sit in there like just at the bottom of a card. Wouldn't that look gorgeous? Let me just grab a piece of card. Come on, Barbara, you must have a bit of card somewhere. Right, here we go. See? Happy Christmas. Doesn't that look pretty? There you are. And you've got your template. You know exactly that it's going to fit. There's your picture at the front. There's your doodle around the outside. So you make it fit. The first one controls it. Okay. So to make that smaller, you're just going to have to reduce the whole thing. And that's not hard. We're just going to, well, it's obvious, isn't it? You just make it tighter. Okay, so I think that, where's the one that I did? I think I went, it's a bit smaller. There you go. See, that works. I just made it a bit smaller. It's just not as tall. But you could always tighten it up and make the gap between the letters. That's all you got to do. Make the gap between the letters a bit smaller. And then in it comes. But the point is that it's all centred. Okay? Right. And thus endeth top tip number 1. Right. I just find that it always looks nice, uppercase, sans serif, basic font like a Helvetica, and it's just block capitals. So even if you're not very good at script writing or, you know, loopy, arty writing, that always looks really classy. Doesn't it? Doesn't it? I think so. Right. It looks really nice in white on black too. Yeah. Looks really nice. Right, so now we've sorted that out. Let's carry on, shall we? Don't want to lose all this. I've got so many piles of stuff here for Sunday. Just put that there. Don't move. Because in a minute, it's going to be like a pantomime. Where did I put it? It's over there. Right, what are we on now? Colours. Okay. Let's do this one then. That one is the one that I've gambled on. It came out nice. This one is the one that we're going to work on now. So do you remember on Wednesday, we used the watercolour pencils, didn't we? The aquas, the A pencils. But we didn't do that and then apply water, did we? We mixed up the colour on here and then it washed much more nicely. Is that English? Yeah, adverb, right. So So once we've done that, you can see, if we look up close, let's look up close. It's really pretty, but if you look up close, hang on, let me get that out of the way. Right, let it just focus for a minute. Right, if you look up close, you can see there's still the pencil lines, but there's quite a lot of sort of, yeah, you still see the pencil work in there. Now, this is interesting. Options, 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 choices. When you take your eraser pencil, look at the state of this. I need to find another one. I've got them somewhere. This will keep me going for the next 45 minutes. Huh? So the pink one, it gets rid of pencil marks, doesn't it? Right? We agree that that one gets rid of pencil marks. So that means if, for example, I wanted to, let's just for the sake of argument, let's just look at these baubles here, right? If I don't want the pencil line, I do, right? But if I didn't, I could take them out now. And this is the thing, I can take out the pencil, right? But it doesn't shift the ink. Do you see? Not the ink, the watercolour, the pigment, the paint. Let's just put my pencil lines back in again. Right. Okay. But if, so I've had a little experiment up here. This is me getting on the bus, trundling up the road a little bit, making sure it works, then coming back and getting you, right? If I wanted to have the light hitting like that, see, because we've got we tried to leave a bit of lightness, didn't we? But if we want it white, if you flick around to the white side, the white will get rid of the colour. So, for example, on this, let's take this berry here. If I want the light to hit that side of the berry, let me find a sharpener. Then I'm reticent to sharpen this, because in a minute this is just going to fall off. I must be getting to the middle. But where is the middle? Is it here? Is it here? Where is the centre? Don't know. In a minute it's just going to fall out. But the point I'm making is that the white, if I just chip away at it will remove the stain. It's quite rough, isn't it? It's like almost like a sandpaper. See how it's starting to bring out the white? When I used to do watercolour classes, do you know what we used to do? We used to wet it so that the paper got soft, if you like, and then you'd go in, God knows where it is here. Ah, there you go. Can't believe I just found that. I've lost the lid, but at least I've got it. And you'd go in and you'd pick the colour away. You know, like if you wanted to do a night sky, then you just you'd pick the colour out and you'd get the stars in. So we use a needle tool, but that's what I learned how to do. So, I mean, it's the same principle, really. This is a little less aggressive than that, in my opinion. Okay. So that's the way to get a white piece to show. Isn't that nice? And then what you can do is once you've found the whiteness, you can always just ensure that it stays white by adding a little bit of white pencil. So that's the first thing, is that we can add the shade. And now what we're going to do now is just, one of the things that I noticed was when we were doing this on Wednesday, we were kind of flashing around, weren't we, to get it watery and get it quite random. We weren't concentrating on individual leaves. We were like daubing the berries and sploshing on the leaves and keeping it quite like flashing around with colour. Now I'm going to pay attention to each leaf as I go. So what I'm going to do, instead of flashing around with water, this is completely dry. This will only work if this is dry. See, so what I could do if I wanted to was go in with my watercolour again and my mix mat and add another layer of water, stain if you like, call it stain. But I'd have to wait for it to dry again. That's what I'm saying. So let's say I decided I wanted to put a load more berries in, then it'd be like, right, okay, stop the bus, get the mix mat out, get the water out, get your red watercolour out again, and then your brush, and add some more red berries, and then wait for them to dry. But this will do. In the name of moving forward with this wreath so it gets on the door, let's just start. Now, pergoliners. These are the aqua ones, A for aqua, B for blending, right? At this point, it's entirely up to you which ones you use. Because we're not going to add any more water to this. This is going to be dry work from now on. So you can mix it up. It doesn't matter. You can use the aqua ones that you used at the base. You can use polychromos. You can use B pencils. It makes no difference now. It's entirely up to you. You pick your colours. What I did have though, what I have got going on is a pencil. I've got 3B, only because I can't find the tin. It's the only one I could. Oh, crikey, mother. Here it is. You want something soft, you see. So the Bs, I've got a 3B, you've got 4B there. That's really soft, like charcoaly. You don't want to go H. H is too hard, too sharp. I might stick with 3B actually, maybe 4B. Let's have a look. And if you've only got HB, you know what? It's fine. HB's fine. It's just I've got all the gear, I might as well use it. Right, come on. Who's actually doing this with me? Are you? Are you working along with me? Doesn't matter, you know, if you just watch and then do it later. I completely understand. I was watching, we did a Zoom pottery class last night about how to colour clay. It was fascinating, fascinating. And I just sat and watched. I just sat and watched and listened and took notes. In me potter jotter. I made that up. I got a potter jotter. I thought that worked quite well. Now let me see. I'm going to use. Let's go up here. And what I'm going to do is concentrate on one leaf at a time, one berry at a time. Because what I feel is that's how you get the result that you want. So let's take this berry for example now. If I want to add a little bit of shade, I'm almost sky drawing. You know when I levitate a bit, I just want a bit of that darkness around there. Then I can take the red. I can take the aqua pencil, for example, and add a bit of shadow down the bottom. See? Around there. Or I could use the perga. That's not perga, is it? It's not perga anything. Polychromo. What have I got here? Deep scarlet red. So they'll make a nice berry. See? And you'll notice as soon as you put the B pencils on the polychromos, it does definitely sit on the watercolour paper well. Right, so dark. And then you just decide how hard you want to press. If you overcook it, then there's your pink solution. Just go back in. I'm a bit reticent. Well, it's the second time I've used that word. I don't like to rub out too much because you start roughing up the surface of the... Yeah, so let's commit here. Let's just do the job. Right, so round like that. Let's do a couple of these. Right, here we go. So I'm just doing the crescent. I'm doing a little bit of red on there. There we go. I'm not necessarily going to the outer stain. It doesn't matter if the stain... Look, here. I'm going on the inside, actually, where the pencil line is. I don't care that the red is beyond. Yeah? And I can take my pencil, if I prefer, and I can add a bit of depth with the pencil too. See? Now, so we've done a couple of the berries. See how it starts to pop? Here we go. But when I do that, I'm actually only coming in onto the paper at the bottom, not the top. All I'm doing is that, if you like, in slow motion. It's that bit, yeah? So it just gives a bit of shadow. And then I'm going to take my white, there you go. I'll take my white rubber, my white eraser, the hard one, and I'll just chip away, just remove a little bit of that. So even if you don't have to keep doing that till you hit white. just get rid of that colour. Let's see if I put a bit of white down. Yeah, exactly. Once you rough up the paper, see, you can add the white. You don't have to you don't have to rub for gold. Look, just make a little mark. It will work. This is quite kind of arty, isn't it, what we're doing here? See? So say you've got a red berry and you want to add a little bit of light. Just get rid of some of the pink, like that. And then where you've roughed up the surface, the white will take. Whether it's a polychroma or the pergoliner. Look, it's nice. It's nice. Yeah? Highlights and lowlights. Options and choices. So we can use our red to get a real... Yeah, it's starting to look good. See how it's starting to get dramatic? I like it. Right, so I've done that. That one, I just kept going over it and over it and over it until I knew what I wanted to say to you. So it looks as if it's ready to fall off the wreath. Right, these look good though. The less you fiddle with them, the better. So let's leave that there and let's go back to the leaves and let's do the leaves now. Right, so let's do the holly leaves first. Holly leaves, they're green. So now we're going to focus on a few green pencils. I've got a couple of greens going on here and that, and a bit of grey. I like grey. Grey's always safe. And believe you me, I did not look this up. I did not figure, I just worked out a way to get the desired effect that I want. All right. So you may know a better way. And if you do, wonderful, good for you. But like I've always said, there are no experts in this building. I just figured that this looked quite nice. So that's what we're doing. We're just a bunch of friends hanging out together, doodling a wreath, aren't we? So let's have a look about how we're going to do the holly leaf. So the holly leaf now, for example, I would use my lead pencil now just to kind of roughly re-establish the holly leaf. Just look, see, there's nothing. There's no holly leaf here. So I'm just going to go back in, not too hard, and just give myself the shape. There you go. That'll do. So just a little bit. What pencil have I got here? 4B. All right, that'll do. Right. So we're doing the holly leaves at the moment. We'll go back to the other leaves in a minute. Right. So just a little bit of one leaf at a time. There you go. Nice. So that's giving it a little bit more definition. That's all. See, so a lot of yours, they'll be just like green splodges. So what we're going to do now, do you remember when we drew it to begin with? There you are. But I'm not worried about the fact that the green is... See, I can't even see how many leaves I've got. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah. So we're just getting just redefining it, aren't we? So that's quite nice to do. Let's go back in again. Okay, so we've got a kind of a definition going again. We've redefined it. And what I would do now is introduce a different colour leaf, so a different colour green. So it's up to you. I quite like this B15, the pergoliner one. It's kind of an olivey green, and it's not so dark. But what I'm going to do is just add a little flash of it. Just really, all I'm doing is going back over the lines that we've just drawn. Like that. Not even a lot, just a little bit of a flash here, but a flash there. See, like that. Just do a bit of that. That's it, and then pull it up a bit. So a little bit of green. Yeah. That'll do. Yeah. Okay, let's just concentrate on these ones for a minute. And then I've got a really dark green here as well, A14. What colour's that? A14, really dark. It's an A pencil. I'm sure there's a B pencil as well. It's just what I had to hand. A14. I bet there's a nice green one that's this colour as well in the pergoliners. If I could find my pergoliners, I'd be laughing. Oh, here they are. God, blimey, grey. Have I got pergoliners, she said. Look at this lot. All the gear. Look. Check that out. I got these out because I couldn't find any of the others. So there's the green I'm looking for. That one, B6. I knew there'd be one. Look, I've got the A pencils. This is back when I had a plan and I was organised. Look, A, all in the right order. Look, can you believe this? This is obviously pre-lockdown. Look. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's all right. We'll get back there. Nice. Look. Makes you feel like a real parcher. What are the chances of putting that back in that pink bag, you think? The B6. I will. Right, so now I've got my B6. See, and I've got a piece of the same stuff. There you go. That's going to look good. Right. So now I'm going to use my B6 to get a little bit more depth in that colour. A little bit depth on the holly leaves. There you go. Just on there. That little flash. I think I need to sharpen it a bit. Gently does it. Okay. Right. There we are, you see. Now I've got a better nib. I can really... This is what I'm talking about concentrating on. This is going to look nice. See, and then I can come down through the wreath with the... Okay. So a little bit of depth of green. So we're using... You've got the stain in the background, but you're coming in over the top with a different colour. You see? You don't have to overcook it. It's not much, it's just a little bit. I think I might have over-egged it a bit there. It's all right. It's only a wreath. I can always rub it out, can't I? Right, there you go. So just do one leaf at a time. One holly leaf at a time. There we go, it's 22 already. Where does the time fly, eh? This is going to look good. So I think having that kind of staining in the background, that general stain, it's a really great backdrop, isn't it? Right, where's that olivey colour? I like that one. I like that. Right, that'll just blend that colour in a bit as well. Okay, so we've got our... Thing is, you see, it's not over till it's over this, is it? See, you can always take it back a little bit if you think you've overcooked it. Just take a bit of colour back again. Don't want to do too much of that though. Right, because it's not finished until we've reintroduced the... Now we're getting there. Right, a little bit of a lighter colour now. What am I using here? Cadmium yellow lemon, or a yellowy colour. Just add a little flash of yellow over the top, because that just brightens it up a bit. It's starting to look good. Now these leaves, let's have a look at these. We'll leave the holly leaves for a minute. We'll come back so you can build on them. We decide in a minute what we're going to do with them. So we've done that bit. Now let's look at these long leaves, these long leaves. And let me just see, what do I want to do here? Let's do one, and let's just decide. Right, so now I'm using a green. Because it's a yellowy kind of citrusy, greeny, isn't it, these bits? So I'm going to use that olive green just to outline, just to redefine the leaf itself. There you go. So it's changing it now from that citrusy colour. So I know that a couple of you were a little bit dubious around the citrus. What have I done here kind of thing. But when you bring a little bit of that greeny, the darker green in over the top. So you want to go in there. Don't worry about the yellow that's outside of there. This will look good. There you go. Right, bit of, just a little flash of that olive. Tones it right down, doesn't it? And then maybe, let's just see if I take the dark green just in the base. Yeah, around the base of the, just flash it through like that. It's just a question of building your wreath, really, isn't it? Actually, I'll come in here a bit with this one. There you go. Relaxing. It's very arty what we're doing here, isn't it? That look good. See, and in a minute, as you go round, so you've got a, see, they look much better now, don't they? Versus these bright yellow phallic things that are entwined in the wreath. Barbara. Right, so we're going to just add a bit of definition like that. You decide. And then a bit of green, a bit of depth. It's not bad, is it? There you go. And then, of course, in a minute, we're going to have to actually redefine the wreath itself, aren't we? But we can do that with colour. We can do that in a minute. I tell you what I found when I was doing that, again, playing it safe, what I did was I used the yellowier, the lighter colour to establish the backdrop. And once I'd gone round once with a yellow like that, look, it just gives you a really good base to crack on with. There you go. See, now I know. It's coming to life, isn't it? I love it anyway. I think something different. It's not like anything we've done before. So let's have a go. Right. Once we've done this, yeah, it's getting there, isn't it? Now the pencil really is your get out card instead of the black micron pen, because if you want to know what it looks like with a black line around it. Thing is, when you do the black line, you see, this is the thing. When you do the black line, you quite scribble. It's quite scribbly, so it looks like very expensive card shop type print. You know, like screen printing, when the sketch went down in like a platen press. It went down in a different generation, like screen printing, so that the yellow or the green is in a different place to the red. That's the effect that we're getting here, isn't it? That's the theory. Right, let's do a couple of, just to chill. Let's do a couple of the berries. Let's just get our eye in and do a few berries. Might as well, we're supposed to be enjoying this. So this is the last day on the wreaths. So you've got all weekend, haven't you? To make this beautiful. I look forward to seeing you. I've been watching on Clarity Worldwide. Some lovely artwork coming through there. Cool. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. See, you can really get some lovely depth. Very nice. So, 12 o'clock today, we've got a lovely, for the groovy shackers, we've got our 33rd offering from Hazel for your groovy download, the free groovy download that we give you every week. So it's number 33 this week. I know a lot of you take advantage of that. It's good. It's a good, if you started that 33 weeks ago, I bet your artwork's getting good now. That's the thing, isn't it? That one looks a bit weird. I've got a circle within a circle there. So I either need to take the outer one away or the inner one away. Take both and see where we go. Right, I'm going to go in there like that. That's better. Right. Nice. I like just using a pencil. Sometimes you get a natural kind of light on it, don't you? Sometimes you're going to have to... I wonder if I just used a white pencil, whether that would work. Well, it does really. I don't know if you even have to scratch away at it with the eraser. What do I think? Yeah, I think it comes out a bit better if you do. But it's interesting to see the difference between the ones we've done and the ones we haven't done, isn't it? Nice. Do you like? Now, if it's still a little bit too vivid for you, get a grey. What grey have I got here? Just a cold grey 3 I used, only because it was the only one I could find. There's nothing too scientific about it. But a grey, get a nice grey going. I'll tell you what I would love to use, but I can't find it, is my favourite grey. Let's have a look. There it is, never too far away. My favourite grey. Warm grey 2. See, that one is always gonna, you watch, it'll make this look really vintagey. You know, at the moment it's still looking a little bit bright, isn't it? Now, let's take the cold grey, no, shush, Barbara. Warm grey 2, right? And let's just add a little bit of that into that leaf, into these leaves, into the big yellow, where the yellow is. Just tone it down, look, watch. It just mellows it all out. It really does. Wonder what it looks like over the, I haven't done that one yet. Yeah, even over the reds, it just tones it all down, makes it a little less in your face. Nice. There you go. Bit of shadow. Ah, yeah, look. See? Doesn't that look super? I don't know. I think so anyway. There. Nice. I don't want to overcook it. So that's quite good. Yeah, so greys will tone it down. Greys will tone it down. You can add a bit more depth to your leaves and your stalks and the wreath itself. Just toning it down a little bit. If you feel it's too bright. I know a couple of you were a little bit zesty and you didn't like it. There, don't that look good? Eh? So the thing is, now we've done that, it's up to you now. This is the choice. Look, say we've done that half, haven't we? Right, and we could titivate now for hours doing this. A little bit of grey, bring a bit of depth in on the side of those leaves. Oh yeah, see? Bit of light grey. It's going to work this, isn't it? Now, here's your choice. Do you leave it like that, or do you grasp the nettle and do that? Do you do that? See? So, let's go to this one, because the one that I'm working on, the one that I'm working on with you, this one, I want to completely do this like that before I decide to cover it in black. So I can show you here how to do the job. You understand what I mean? Yeah? I want to show you the trick and then you can decide whether to apply it to your wreath or not. How's that sound? Yeah? You all right with this? I think it's smashing. Now, let's have a look. So what we want to do now is, let's just do this little section and because we've got 10 minutes left, so it's not bad at all. So going through again, right, we're going to take our pencil, just to redefine, just to recap, right, so we take our pencil onto the, there you go. So we know pretty much where the holly leaves are, because we just put a pencil line through there again. Right, and then we're going to take our colour, and we're going to add a little bit of colour again, because we decided we were going to change the colour a bit, didn't we? So we can do that with a dry pencil. Don't have to keep going with water. Right, so that's it. So we've got a bit of green going through there as well. Flash it through there. And then we've got, oh yeah, we've got that one there as well. Let's just do a little bit through there like that. Right. We're going to go through here with a little bit of... Got to do a few of them to kind of get the impact in a minute when we go through with the black pen. And then it's up to you. But I think it's good for you to see how it evolves, okay? But like I say, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing, to be fair. I just keep going till I think, yeah, that looks lovely. I like that. There you go. And there. Sometimes I look at it and I think, what a load of rubbish. And then other times I think, well, it's not over yet, is it? I haven't finished. One thing I have learned to do, though, is not to worry what other people think. If I'm happy with it, you know, I used to always want people's approval. And then if somebody came along and said, oh, I'm not sure about that, then I'd be embarrassed and I think, oh, that's terrible then. Better hide it, you know. And that's really no good. You have to own your artwork, sign it, like it. You know, we haven't spent a lot of time on that own it, sign it, be it, it's yours. Because I'm quite big on that, signing your artwork. And these wreaths that we've been doing, especially this sort of watercolour stuff like this, yeah, my friends, Barbara Gray in the corner. Not you, you put your name in the corner. But that's when you really, you know, if you're making your own cards, be absolutely sure to initial them at the front, you know. It feels good, you know. It feels so good. Makes you really, yeah, it does, just believe me. Own your artwork. Right, so now I've added a little bit of colour through there, haven't I? Makes a difference, doesn't it? A little flash of red like that. Now, also a little bit of white. How are we doing for time? Oh, it can't be already. Where did that hour go? How's that possible? You see, so where we've been using the white Posca pen, this to me is far too earthy. We're not going to use a paint pen on this. Do you know what I mean? It would look a bit weird if we suddenly put white dots all over this. This needs to be a bit more, it's more gritty, isn't it? It's earthy. So now, let's have a look. We've got the colour. We can always come back and do a bit more. We need to make sure that we've got a good, not a dried out one. So let's have a look. See which, I've got about 3 on the go here. So I'm going to find the blackest one. If they start to go a bit... So I'm using it on watercolour as well, so that I can, because that's exactly what's going to happen in a minute. I'm going to be doing that with it. So it needs to be wet and a good one. It's not that one, that's for sure. And I don't want it to be too thick either, otherwise I'd go to a number 2 or a number 3, but I don't really... Okay, one of those 2 will do. Right, so now I'm going to go really, really wispy, like just like that, hardly touching, and then straight through. And on the berries, oh, don't roll into me when I'm trying to write. That's it. On the berries, look, I'll show you. You're going to go like this. You almost air drawing, and then as you come round, you go around a couple of times, okay? So it doesn't matter if you make a mark like that, or 2 lines, okay? That's ideal, that one. So you go like that, and then you come back on yourself, almost like a, yeah? So here, so air drawing, that's it. You can always go back in and add a couple more, look. That's nice. Yeah, that's it. And then we're going to go through there. So you just, it's almost like you don't want to press too hard, because the pen, if you press too hard, so you could just glide, and it works lovely, and it looks artier, okay? So you go down the middle, and then we'll give it a bit of that. There we are. So down the centre, and then just a little flick. And if it's missing a little bit, doesn't matter. That's great, okay? Oh, that's it. And then, if I may have overcooked it a little bit with the dots, but you can go round on your berries. See, you can go in and you can add. Do you remember like we did on there before? Go and add the little black bits. There you go. See, that looks good too. So you're going to do that and add a little bit of light where the light's hitting on the other side. That looks good. And then the actual, once you've done all your leaves, then you're just going to come through, go gently, and just add a couple of wisps like that. Don't spoil it by overcooking that stuff. See? So you come down the middle like that, really lightly. See, a lot of us would be reluctant to do this, because we'd think that we're going to spoil it, that this is good enough and we don't want to spoil it. But I'm really looking forward to adding that arty definition now, because it really looks like a proper screen print, right? So I know that it's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add, I know immediately that this is what I want to do, and I'm going to add the little, because it's just going to look exactly perfect. Straight away it just defines it. And then the other thing is that when I go to put my writing in, to end on this note, when I go to put my writing in here, I don't know, which one do you like better? I personally, on this occasion, I actually like that. See? And then what I'll do is obviously, I'm not going to write it back to front. I'll put what I'll do is this is what I'm going to do. I don't know about you, but I'm going to take a bit of copy paper, right? I've decided that that's the writing I want to put in the middle, that writing there, yeah? So that fits beautifully, I think. I like it right there, okay? But I don't want to risk it for a biscuit. If I've written it once, I'm going to use my template. So then I'm going to get a soft 4B is good. That's why it's out. And then I'll just put my graphite on the back now. See, so I've got to do a kind of a double flip on this, haven't I? So I have to write this backwards, like so. Yeah. So I hope that you can join me on Sunday from 2 to 4 on Hochanda, and then again at 6 o'clock in the evening for the launch. See, now where am I going to put it? Do I want it there? Do I want it there? Let me just put my head over it. Let me just check. I think I really like it a little bit further down, because I might do something that I haven't decided yet. So I'm going to hold it in place till I'm happy with the position, and then I'll retransfer it, you see. And this is just going to give me my, hopefully, this is the theory anyway. That's it. Yeah, so 2 to 4 and 6 o'clock on hochanda.com. Join us, because it's going to be SHAC. It's us. It's a tribute show to the SHAC. There you go. See, so now I've got my writing exactly where I want it, and now I can actually go in with my black pen, and I know that it's going to sit absolutely perfectly, exactly where I want it, and it's going to look really nice because it will tone in with the really thin arty lines. Now, once I've done this, whether I add a little flash of colour or a drop shadow, I'm giving all my tricks away now, but there you go. This is that'll look good. And this is where it starts. This is what makes it pop. Look, really easy to do. Just little dots between the letters and we're done. Doesn't that look pretty? There you go. So that, my friends, look, isn't that nice? Yeah. Hey, you might just do some and some, a few berries or leaves, maybe not all of them, but what a difference, hey, between that side and that side. Yeah, so there are lots of different choices. It's entirely up to you where you get off the bus on the wreath. Yeah, so I think it's been a really good, I've really enjoyed the last couple of weeks with the wreaths. I hope you have too. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you, Stuart, for your help as well. It's been invaluable. The elf hunt is going well. So at 11 o'clock, we'll give you clue 4. What else do I want to tell you? I think that's it, really. Yeah, lots of learning, lots of tricks and tips. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay in the warm. Do some art. Get a project going. Hey, make some Christmas cards. Make some Christmas cards. Make some gift tags. Hey, something like that. And I'll see you on Sunday perhaps. And if not, I shall certainly see you on Monday at 10 o'clock here. Lots of love. Bye-bye now. Be safe.